Welcome to Heartline, the podcast dedicated to exploring the inspiring journeys and impactful work of healthcare changemakers transforming the industry. Despite the U.S. spending more on healthcare than any other developed nation, healthcare is not working for patients or healthcare professionals. My name is Dr. Andrea Austin. I'm your host and an emergency physician with real-world experience with the dysfunction in the system. I'm also a medical educator, focusing on healthcare worker well-being and how innovative approaches like simulation can improve healthcare. In addition, I research how we can accelerate changemakers in healthcare. I use coaching-informed thinking to unlock the potential of healthcare changemakers. Join us as we delve into the stories of patients, medical professionals, and other experts who defy the status quo, uncovering the unique characteristics and experiences that make them effective changemakers and the organizational factors that support their efforts. Heartline aims to inspire and equip the next generation of medical professionals to drive meaningful change within themselves and the system. Curious about the impact of artificial intelligence in healthcare? Guests like Will Pamet provide valuable insights.
The phrase I usually refer to in my writing is the freedom to fail. That's the other kind of big benefit to technology. It meets people where they are rather than forcing them into uncomfortable situations so that they can practice and actually improve so that we can have a bit of an impact on communication more broadly so that we can stop that injury both ourselves but also patients with poor communication.
Recognizing the challenges in the system is also key to the changes necessary in healthcare.
One of the simulation activities that I've been most involved with over the last 10 years has been simulation for the purpose of organizational learning. So quality improvement, safety, where we might be using simulation to test out the effectiveness of a clinical process, a clinical pathway, a cognitive aid, the environment, the new facility. And so I think it's both a problem and an opportunity that people don't have a clear idea of what simulation is, because it's many things that maybe what they share in common is very narrow, but the breadth of what they can achieve is very wide.
Guests like Dr. Risa E. Lewis remind us that self-care is at the core of being a healthy changemaker in healthcare.
Our first chapter is micro skills for self-care. A little to be provocative, to be like, what? Self-care? And Adair and I have had the same experience, come to the same conclusion that if we don't take care of ourselves and start with the self, then you're not ready to do the work and to be, successful at the work, but also to take care of your team.
Entrepreneurship is a very important part of the healthcare transformation. Dr. Gina Siddiqui shares her story.
I took an opportunity at a startup instead to learn sort of trial by fire. And most of my business training has been that way, just talking to business leaders who I admire. I started a company in medical school. I started a clothing company in high school. Looking back, was probably a latent interest. Podcasts, great podcasts like yours. There's a lot of learning, I think, to be done independently if you just follow your passion.
Changemaking is about following your heartline. Dr. Shan Liu shares how she became a children's book author.
There's certain things that I felt have just been these callings, right? So choosing to do emergency medicine, we're just like, this is what I need to do. And I think it was the same with this book in a way that was just this, I have to do this and we have to do this and it has to get out there. And I am just not going to give up.
Whether you're a physician, a medical student, a nurse, or simply passionate about the future of healthcare, Heartline offers valuable perspectives and actionable ideas to follow your heartline and help put the heart back in healthcare. Subscribe now and join us on this journey to transform healthcare for the better.